What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Kate. As always, we're going to be watching The Internet is Turning People's Brains into Shit. Here we go.
Well, hi, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of Eek Acres. I wasn't planning on making this video today, but I thought that it's warranted because of something that I've been experiencing in my comments that are coming in every day. And when I say my comments, I'm not just talking about what everybody left under just this last video before this one. I'm talking about over all 1,000 videos that I have on my channel. I get thousands of comments every day. A lot of these people are just very negative people that just have such hatred. And I know what's making people like this, people that don't have anything good to say, people that will say things that are disrespectful and stuff like that. Those comments, I delete them off the channel. I just delete them. And I wanted to say, I know
Yeah, I'll be doing that too. No negativity on this page, boo-boo.
exactly what's doing this to people, and it's something that's going to just keep getting worse and worse and worse as time goes on. It's the freaking internet. The internet is turning people just into monsters.
Yeah, I think that the internet, technology, phones, blah blah, what have you. I think that the reason it's making people angrier and meaner and more cruel to other people is because it's eliminating that like face to face where you can empathize better, you know what I mean? When you're face to face with somebody, you can see everything that they got going on. Like you get their body language, their tone of voice, you're right there with them. When it's just somebody on the internet, it's as if they're not real. And I think that that has started to carry over into real life for a lot of people. I apologize for all the cat hair floating around. That was my cat that just came to visit. But yeah, that's what I think.
You know, before this devil system came along, we growing up only had our own circles, our own lives. And rarely did we ever hear about anything outside of our own area where we grew up and were raised.
I wish I could have gotten the chance to know what that was like. I never got to experience that because of the time period that I've grown up in. And I'm jealous. I'm really jealous of anybody that got to live like before technology, before social media, before phones. Like, I'm sure that was such a great time. It was probably so peaceful to just be in your little community and you didn't even know, what was going on across the pond. It was just you where you are. If that's all good, you're at peace. And now it's like we're constantly looking at everything from everywhere and it's like information overload.
Anybody that remembers these times and were born in those times can relate. You didn't know what was going on anywhere else. The only time you'd know what was happening anywhere else in the world is if you watched an hour of the evening news every evening of every day, or if you read the newspaper. Outside of that, unless there was word of mouth, you didn't know what was going on very far from where you lived. Your whole life was the people that were around you, your family, your friends, neighbors, local people that lived in the same area as yourself. You know, when you have a bag of garbage in your house and it's full and it's time to tie it up and take it out to the garbage can because it's starting to stink really, really bad. Whenever there was something going on that you didn't like, you could deal with it because it was on a small scale, like that bag of garbage. Wasn't that big of a problem. But with the internet today, instead of dealing with just that one bag of trash, now imagine going to your county landfill and standing at the edge of that landfill with all those birds landing on all that garbage because now everybody's garbage is all in one area. That's what the internet is like.
Yeah. That's a really good way to describe it, honestly. That's like the best description I've heard. It's like everybody's mess, everybody's everything is just right there for you to just like take in and it's just overwhelming to the human spirit. I don't think that we're meant to live this way at all. I think that the direction we're going is very anti-God and anti-human and it leads me to believe that the people in charge, once again, I've said this before, I have a hard time believing that they're people. Because why would people want to harm other people to this extent? Like, I just don't understand.
It's absolutely toxic filled garbage anymore on the internet. There are some good things on the internet, but the bulk of it, 90% or more, is all toxic, bad stuff.
A lot of it is really depressing. I know my videos on here sometimes I cover some pretty like, not so happy topics. Um I do think it's important to look at negative stuff sometimes because we have to in order to fix it and make it better. But it's not good to dwell on it. It's really not. I try to and especially in the future, like with more videos and stuff, I'm gonna try to like make sure I add some positive notes in at the end and things we can do to change things. Cause I think that remaining positive and remaining in the mindset of growth and change and the mindset that we can do those things and we're capable and that it doesn't have to be this way if we don't want it to be. I think it's really important we remember that.
And that's what's making people the way they are today. And this is something that's only going to get worse because it's a psychological tool that they gave us all in the beginning of when the internet came along, because it's what they wanted to turn people into. And it's working beautifully. That's why they call it the web, the World Wide Web, or they call it the internet, a net, like you'd use to capture something. There's reasons why they use the terminology that.
Wow. I never thought of it that way, but that's true. He's spot on there.
They do. Now I'll give you an example. My best friend, my best buddy from work, I met him back in 1997. I've known my buddy George for many, many, many years. He just turned 70 recently. He doesn't look a day over 55, but he just turned 70. Real good friend of mine. This is a man that does not have internet at his house, and he does not own a smartphone. He has a little flip phone. That's it. And he calls me once in a while on that flip phone. And this guy is the most laid back, relaxed, unstressed. Nothing bothers this guy and is still living like it's 1965.
Wow, I want to be like that guy. I want to be just like him.
And the reason why he is the way he is because he doesn't have the same access that everyone else has regarding smartphones and the internet. He's not looking at all that trash every day and consuming that garbage like everyone else is. Because I see the difference in someone like him and how they behave and how they conduct themselves to how people act on the internet when they comment below my videos. I see a lot of people that just like to continue spewing garbage and saying inappropriate things and being very disrespectful. Mm-hmm. And I wipe those people from the comment section. I will not put up with that. The problem is that people are not crafting their own lifestyle. Yeah. I want you to listen to what I'm saying, because this is exactly what's going on. People are not crafting their life and deciding what they want to have in their life. Instead of they're letting the internet craft them. They're letting the way the world is out there shape and mold them.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly how I see things as well.
Turn them into what they're turning into, because they make their life all about that. They don't know anything outside of that. They don't know what it's like to live outside of that. They don't know what it's like to be away from that. They don't know what it's like to turn their phone off and put it somewhere and not touch it for a day or even an hour. People take their smartphones into their bedrooms and put it right next to their bed, if not sleep with it in their bed.
I've said this before. I'm going to just say it again. That's extremely unhealthy for your nervous system and just for your body in general. Take that phone, okay, put her in airplane mode, turn it off, and plug it in on the other side of your house. And come back in my comment section and tell me that you slept like a rock, because I'm telling you, you'll sleep so much better just having it away from your body. I swear, like, these phones are in with our nervous system. I'm so sorry. That's my dog, Peggy, if you can hear her whining. But they're like knit together in our nervous system now. And it really, I believe it very much affects your sleep too. Like, cause your brain just wants to go look at the phone. And if it's just not around you, you're just more relaxed. It's just how it is.
And have it on vibration mode in case there's something they might miss. People do not know how to unplug and get away. Mm-hmm. And this is why there's such a decline in people getting out into nature, like I showed you in the previous video. People are so glued to the
60%. This explains why I can't connect with other humans. Like, really, that's why I get that feeling with people that they just like don't go outside and they're like not in touch with nature and the natural world. It's because they're not.
Sickness glued to the sickness that this society is today because of the internet, it's no wonder that they're angry, depressed, bitter, shut in, feeling the way they are. Their outlook is the way that it is. They're consuming this crap as if you ate junk food all day, every day, 7 days a week.
Yeah, I like to think of the things that I consume, like with my, like my mind, like the things that I watch, things I listen to. I try to think of it as food. Am I eating processed crap that's not going to help me at all and it's not adding to my life and it's actually negatively impacting me? Or am I consuming things that help me grow and change my mindset and come out of old habits? Like that's the type of thing you want to listen to and feed your brain. Think of it like you're feeding your brain. That's very helpful.
Doritos and candy bars and M&Ms and ice cream, and just keep consuming garbage and you will feel like garbage.
Mm-hmm.
You consume garbage mentally and your outlook is going to be everything is garbage. It mere reflects what you absorb.
Mm-hmm.
The more people understand this, the better off they can fix and correct their life. I want to craft my life to where I've had even people say, why would you want to get a scooter? What use would you have for that? You can use your car to go to it. It's not, you guys miss the point. People miss my point so many times. So, and I know this before I make the video. I say probably out of this video, 5% is going to get it. The rest won't. And that's because of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
They can't even absorb a simple point that I'm trying to put across. Because I don't want to take my damn vehicle to a park. I'd rather go on a scooter. It's more fun. It doesn't cost anything. And it's something different. It is frustrating, but then I have to rein myself in and say, Kev, people don't get it because they have this pay attention problem because the internet made them this way, to where everything is instant, fast, hurry up, fast. They can't even watch a whole video, but what they'll fast forward, or they'll put it in, they'll change the speed of the video on YouTube. I've seen people do this and they'll watch a video and fast forward.
Yes. Yep.
And then they claim they get something out of that. Something mentally wrong with people that are going to those extremes.
Mm-hmm.
I shit you not. There's something wrong with those people.
The phone is frying their neurochemistry is what's going on.
When you got to live your life like that, you need to definitely unplug and get the hell away from the internet, because you're about to go over the edge. People that have to do that, there's something wrong with them.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I have to remind myself the society I'm dealing with today and the way people are today. And this is why I like to get out in public and talk to people in person. You know why? Because like when I went to that car show, or if I go to a park, I'm talking to people that are like myself, that are going there like I'm going there because they want to get away for the same reason. They're not on their phone going like this when they're sitting on a bench. They're eating a sandwich and watching boats go by. Or they're just sitting there and watching boats go by, or watching a sunset, or someone's walking their dog. You don't see them on their phones. These are people that are the ones that get it, and they're getting out and they're getting away from what the rest of the masses are doing.
I feel like it's so rare to find people like that, though. I mean, truth be told, I am kind of someone that avoids people when I go out in the woods, just because I just worry. Like, why are you out here? I'm in the woods. Like, I don't know. It just seems concerning to me. But it's true. It is a rare sight to even see somebody just like chilling on a park bench, watching the sunset, not on their phone kind of thing these days.
Because they know what it's doing to their brains, because they're smart enough to see the difference. The other ones that don't have no idea how toxic they're making themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then they turn into this thing that is full of nothing but hate and bitter
Mm-hmm.
and depressed.
Mm-hmm.
All the things the devil wants you to be. It's his number one tool. His number one tool to reach everybody with all his filth.
Mm-hmm.
It's the number one tool. The greatest tool on planet Earth.
I completely agree.
To reach everybody. How much garbage do you want to be around? One bag that you can deal with, take it to the can and toss it out, or do you want to go to a landfill and be around all of it at once? Because when you don't unplug and get away from it, and go find something productive to do and start living a normal life like people once did before the internet came along, you're always going to be standing at the edge of that landfill looking at all that crap, all that garbage.
Yeah. And you know what? Your life isn't going to go anywhere. You're going to watch other people do great things with their life, and you will realize that you could have done great things with your life, but instead you allowed that time to pass by because you were too busy looking at your phone. And I've had to have this realization. I am not sitting up here on a high horse by any means. I struggle a lot with my phone addiction. I very much do. But I have really been trying to make an effort. The other day, I bought a Sudoku puzzle. I haven't done that since like fourth grade. But I'm trying to find like little things, coloring, paint by numbers, a walk, I don't know, going outside and petting my chickens and hanging out with them and riding my horse, just trying to find things outside of this little tiny universe that I have in here, trying to find the universe outside of that. Like just go out there and be in that and immerse yourself and just exist as a human being outside of technology for a minute and remember that I'm allowed to do that. I think that's important too. That's another thing. I know a lot of us feel there's this pressure that you have to answer your phone and you have to be on call all the time and you have to always be there for somebody to talk to you. And that is not true. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to be on call for people. You don't have to answer all the time. You can have boundaries with that phone and you can tell people, hey, from this time to this time, I don't answer. You can call me. You could send me a text, but that's going to go straight to nowhere because my phone is off. It's in airplane mode and you cannot reach me at that point. And just doing that alone, even just a few hours a night, like just while I'm sleeping, it's been so helpful. And my anxiety has been a lot better. And I know that it can still be better. I'm still spending too much time on the phone. So obviously, I'm going to keep trying. But that's the whole point of these videos. I think we should all try. We all have to keep trying to get away from this and to remember who we are and remember what we want and the things that that we want to do with our time and with our life and the things that we want to think about and just have like control over that because we're living in a world where like you don't really have control over your thoughts at this point. A lot of people, you're just being fed whatever is in your algorithm, all day long. And you're not even making your own thoughts anymore at a certain point. And this guy's right. He's totally right. Like it's really important to just take time away from it, turn it off, or your brain is just going to literally turn to mush. It really will. And you will wake up and you'll look at yourself in the mirror and think, who am I? I don't even know who I am anymore. I don't even know where these thoughts and opinions came from. I don't even know if I really believe any of this stuff or if it's just because I saw it in my algorithm. And yeah, I don't even know where I was going with that. Just it's important, separate yourself so that you can build a life that you want and not build someone else's life that they want for you kind of thing,
If that's where you want to hang out and that's where you want to put all your time and how much you want to invest into that, have at it. I'm not. One bag of garbage is enough for me.
Yeah.
And then I get rid of it and I move on.
Honestly.
I am not going to stand at that landfill and look at all that filth. I don't need to.
At least not for 20 hours a day.
It's a choice. Thanks for watching, you guys. We'll see you again in the next one.
Yeah. And this is all about. It's a choice. As much as we are addicted to our phones and to technology and it seems to be taking over everything, we do have the choice. And that's very important to remember. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Love you. Bye.